When I done this study, it was after, oh, well, not just one. It was after a string of wonderful Sunday mornings where the worship was just amazing. Um, and our church, it starts at 5:15, 11. And from 11:15, from it started, I didn't even see the time passing. And the next thing, it was 11:50. Over half an hour had passed and I wasn't aware of anyone around me. It just felt like a collective amount of voices worshipping our God as a collective, as a church, but also as individuals within the collection. I wasn't even aware. Do you know, I mean, like, sometimes when you're standing in church, you're going, oh, you're shifting from foot to foot because your feet are sore, your legs are sore, your arms hurting, something's sore. I wasn't even aware of tired legs, sore back, anything, but standing there in his presence, worshipping. And I didn't really want it to end. It was like so caught up in that moment that moment was everything that you ever wanted, and you didn't want it. You didn't want it to end. And I know that at that point I didn't want it to end. And I felt like that was a glimpse, tiny wee glimpse into what lies ahead for eternity. That's what we will be doing for eternity. And I have to say that I am thankful that Jack did get up and preach, because it put an end to the worship. And I know that I didn't want it to end, but it had to end because I had to get my bus home, or me and Keith would have been stuck in that church hall for a right wee while. So in fairness, I thank Jack for getting up and preaching that day. But it was just such a beautiful sense of God, and it has been like that for weeks now. And it's that in preparing yourself for going to church, to enter into that is also what creates that happening, because we are already there, we're already ready to jump in. We're not having to be coaxed into worship, because it's not always the worship team's job to coax us into worship. We should be standing there ready to worship, not be coaxed into it. So the Nada's Gems, if you don't remember anything about this study except for these, that's a good thing. The three gems on this are that worship is life. It's the air that you breathe. It's in everything. Second, don't get distracted by how others worship, only how you do it. And third, worship in spirit and truth. Know who he is and who you are in him.